5 paid packaging ads landed on my phone in the last 3 days. A custom pouch company, dock leveler retrofit specialist, a small batch filling machine vendor, promotional products distributor, and a guy who teaches packaging companies how to run paid ads. Every one of them paid Google money to interrupt me. Now, I've spent 35 years in this industry. None of them have ever earned my attention. They had to buy it. And every paid ad you just saw on this screen is a piece of content that should have been written instead. Let me show you why. If you're a packaging CEO watching this, here is the version of the story you have not been told. The packaging industry collectively is spending somewhere between $25 and $50 million a year on Google paid ads. A single mid-sized packaging company will spend $25,000 a month on paid digital. That's $300,000 a year. Some are spending more. According to the 2026 WebFX benchmark study, manufacturing B2B has the highest cost per lead of any B2B vertical at $819 per lead. The packaging industry is at the high end of that. And the buyer those companies are paying $819 per lead to reach has already left the channel. Again, they've already left Google. This is part of the story almost no one in packaging is talking about. And it is the most important B2B buyer shift in behavior in 25 years. Let me show you exactly what's happened. In 2024, the share of B2B buyers who started their research inside an AI tool, like ChatGPT, instead of Google, was effectively zero. In 2025, it jumped to 24%. In 2026, according to the State of B2B Software Buying Report, it's crossed 51%. More than half of the B2B buyers now start their research by typing a full question into ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, or Google's own AI. The forecast for the end of 27 is somewhere between 70 and 85% starting their search in AI. In plain language, more than half of the packaging buyers researching a new supplier, an alternative material, new compliance requirement, or a new format decision are no longer going to Google. They're typing full questions, specialized specific questions into AI tools. They're reading the answer the AI tool generates. They are clicking the citations. The Google search bar is not dead, but it's no longer the front door, and nobody in packaging and their marketing department appears to have noticed, or frankly, even care. Here's the part that should make every packaging CEO sit up straight. When a buyer, a decision maker, asks ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, anybody, a real packaging question, the AI tool reads the indexed web for the most authoritative, well-sourced content that answers that question. It reads, it synthesizes, it cites. What the AI tool cannot read is a Google ad. It cannot quote Performance Max campaign, cannot link to a LinkedIn sponsored post. It cannot reference a gated PDF the buyer never downloaded. The entire paid digital infrastructure the packaging industry has been pouring money into for the last 10 years is invisible to AI citation engine that 51% of buyers now use as their top first stop. Paid ads are a tax on companies that did not build the body of work. You can keep paying that tax, but the buyer is no longer in the room where you're paying it. Think about that. So I sat down and I asked the AI tools the questions a real packaging buyer would actually ask in reference to these paid ads that I was talking about. What is the freight cost crossover where flexible pouch packaging beats glass bottles for cold brew coffee at 250,000 unit annual volume? That's one. What is the compliance time frame for craft breweries replacing plastic six-pack rings in California versus Texas? What is the total cost of ownership over 10 years for a pit dock leveler retrofit versus full replacement at a 50 truck per day distribution center. The AI tool produced an answer for every one of them. The answers were generic. The citations were Wikipedia, Packaging Jive, a consultancy white paper, even a generic agency blog from outside the packaging industry. The packaging companies that should be the authoritative answers to those buyer questions are functionally absent. This is what I'm referring to as the blank canvas. It is the most extraordinary claimed competitive position in 35 years, my 35 years in the industry. Now sit with that for a second. The packaging industry, the people who actually know how to answer these questions, the people who have decades of real-world buyer data, the people whose entire business depends on being found by these buyers and decision makers, have published essentially nothing in the AI tools that can cite it. And the AI tools are now the place that right now, 51% of those buyers and decision makers go first. The cost contrast paid digital and AI citable content is not 5-1. It's not 10-1. It's closer to 50-1, oftentimes closer to 100-1 in favor of specific content on AI. A piece that would have cost $5,000 to commission from a freelance industry writer in 2022 can be produced right now for a fraction of that cost. With AI tools handling the production line work under expert direction, that is not low-quality AI content. That is high-quality content produced with AI assistance under expert direction. Content compounds. It doesn't go away. A paid Google ad stops working the day your spend stops. A Cornerstone article keeps working for as long as it remains the best answer to a buyer's question. Again, it'll stay forever as long as it's one of the best answers to a buyer's question. An AI citation creates a winner-take-most dynamic. When ChatGPT or Perplexity cites your article as the authoritative answer to a buyer decision-maker question, every subsequent buyer asking the same question gets pointed to your article. That citation is not a click. It is a recommendation. It carries trust that paid impressions cannot get you. The packaging company that publishes the definitive answer to a high-value buyer question in 2026 becomes that citation, that recommendation. The packaging company that spends $300,000 a year in paid ads doesn't exist. It's not even there. So why is nobody in the packaging industry doing this? 3 reasons in order of how often they actually show up in my CEO conversations. 1, almost nobody in the industry has yet noticed that AI search transition. The marketing director is still producing the wheel. The CEO is still approving the next quarter of paid ads. The buyer journey is shifting under their feet, and the company is responding to a buyer who, according to current data, no longer exists in the place where the company is paying to reach them. 2, producing real Cornerstone content requires technical specificity and anonymized real buyer data and the willingness to publish answers that competitors will read and copy. Most packaging marketing departments are organized around producing generic awareness content, not technical buyer answer content. The skill set is missing. The intent is missing. The leadership directive is missing. Number 3, the CEO who would authorize the shift is the CEO who would have to fire or reposition the people currently running the broken model. That is a structural confrontation most CEOs will not initiate until they have lost the Walmart account, taken a write-down, or watched 4 consecutive declining quarters from the board's perspective. This is what fear pretending to be analytical looks like at the industry level. This is what's happening. The data is the plain view. The opportunity is the plain view. The strategic logic is the plain view, and almost nobody is moving. The blank canvas window is open, but it won't stay open for long. The packaging companies that publish the definitive answers to high-value buyer questions over the next 18 to 36 months will lock in citation positions that compound for the rest of the decade. After that window closes, the citation layer fills. The early movers become trenched, and the cost of dislodging them, think about that, the cost to dislodge them rises by order of magnitude. The packaging CEO who moves first owns the next 10 years. Not days, not months, years. The CEO who waits to be paying 10 times more 3 years from now to fight someone's entrenched citation position. It's a moat. The choice is open today, but it will not be open for long. If you're a packaging CEO, a distributor owner, a sales leader, a marketing leader, or a private equity operating partner with packaging holdings, this is the most strategic decision sitting on your desk right now. Most of you, I'm telling you, won't act. The ones who do will be uncatchable in 3 years. Now, I published the full breakdown on our website, Specialized Packaging Marketplace. The article walks through the data sources, the cost math, the 18-month window, and the 8 buyer question categories where the canvas is wide open right now. They're great examples to use. There's also a free 20-minute self-scoring AI citation visibility audit you could take. No catches, nothing. Download it, run yourself through the 12 questions, and away you go. Both links are in the description. If you want to talk about how to actually do this in your specific specialized packaging niche, I run a 90 to 120-minute map session. Pricing is published publicly. It's less than half the cost of a monthly sales rep. That's the call. Packaging industry has 18 months, maybe 36. I would rather you spend it building your body of work than buying ads that nobody is going to read. Now, this is just one of several videos that we put together on this topic. If you find it helpful, please subscribe, please share it, and again, let us know how we can help. Thanks.